And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. Tough game, tough loss, tough series for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who now fall to 86-46, 7-8 all-time in the regular season against the New York Yankees. Home record drops to 52-8, 18, and this homestand they finished 4-2. So when you look at it 4-2, you would take that. But there's a lot to take away from this series, and we're gonna break it all down. But welcome in to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Thanks for joining us after a tough loss and a tough series. But we're gonna be breaking all the way down and everything that really transpired. Some of the takeaways that you can take from this series. But before we get things kicked off, first of all, I want you guys to smash that heart button for Max Muncy's birthday today, and also retweet and share the show. But without further ado, we're going to get right into your comments. A lot to get into on this Dodgers Nation post-game show. But thanks for rocking with us. As always, let's get into these comments. Dino's 5150, screw this BS, and let it all out. Let it all out. We're going to bleed Dodger blue till the day we die. We love our Dodger baseball, but this was frustrated. You have the right to be frustrated. Use this as a catharsis. Let it all out right here. I have no issues with it. Give me all your Dodger takes. How did you feel? What is your one-word reaction to this series? If the Dodgers drop it, we'll lose 2 out of 3 games to the Yankees, and we're going to talk about why and what the Dodgers need to do and all that great stuff. But here we go. Adam Vena, what the hell? Danny, what a joke. We are not winning nothing this year. Taylor Spence's offense has been terrible the past 5 games. Great point. In the offense today, they couldn't muster more than a run. Jock Peterson home run off the first pitch, and the Dodger offense, they were not really doing what's gotten them there. What the difference in this Dodger team has been their ability to sit back at bats and take pitches and work pitch counts. Today, you had Jock Peterson got that leadoff home run on that first pitch, but today you have 8 Dodgers that swung and hit on the first pitch. 7 of those 8 pitches were outs. The one was a home run. So the formula that has worked for Robert Van Scoyoc and this Dodger team did not help them in this series. The Dodgers need to go back to school and really get to what's been going, really start practicing those fundamentals that has made this a more dynamic offense, because today they just did not get it done. That offense was colder than a cucumber out there, and you had 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and Cody Bellinger had a rough series. He had another tough day. Corey Seager took five pitches total for Corey Seager today. So the approach by this Dodger lineup was not very good. You had Germán, you had Paxton on Friday, pitchers, and CeCe Sabathia yesterday. Pitchers that, if you look at their ERA, that is their weak link of their team, is their starting pitching, and the Dodgers had a difficulty getting to the starting pitchers that they faced from the New York Yankees. But here we go. And if you look at the offense, since in August, they're averaging 5.8 runs per game. This month, 44 home runs for the Dodgers this month. They're on pace to hit more home runs this month than they have all year. They hit 47 back in June, but those Bronx Bombers really lived up to their billing today, because they were hitting them out. And other than that Ford hit, that Judge hit on Friday, most of their runs coming from the long ball, and that's really more the state of the Major League Baseball right now. Home runs are just flying out at a record pace. But let's get into these takes. Give me your thoughts, comments, and questions about your boys in blue. We're going to do some rapid fire. I'm going to read off your takes. But welcome in. Look, tough loss, tough series. Lots to get into, lots to address with this series. Hyun-Jin Ryu gives up 3 home runs. Does he need rest? Does Hyun-Jin Ryu... He hasn't pitched on pace to pitch more than 192 innings. Most he's pitched since 2013. Are they going to start getting him some additional rest? He didn't look himself. He was not that .85 ERA at home Hyun-Jin Ryu that we've seen all year. That ERA went from 1.64 to 2. Then Saturday, couldn't get anything going offensively. The Kenley Jansen inning was a mess. Give Kenley credit for stepping up and gutting out that performance. But really, this weekend was not if this was the measuring stick weekend, the Dodgers came up shorter than Napoleon and Waterloo. I mean, they just did not show up from offensively, and it was very disappointing. I know you guys disappointed, and we've seen them break a lot of habits this year that cost them in years past. But this weekend, the Dodgers, really a disappointing series. But the reality of this, the positive spin, if you look at it, The Yankees, they went 2-4 in this road trip so far this week. They got swept by the A's. The Dodgers, they go 4-2. All wins are the same as far as the standings go, so the Dodgers still on top of the Yankees. And right now, 86-46, they're still on pace to have an historic season and, more importantly, get that home field advantage come October. So here we go. J.J. Hubbard, we win. Doug Crosby. What up, Doug? Repping from East Lansing, Michigan. 5 runs the entire series. Disappointing. You said it right there, Doug Crosby. He's always rocking with us. One of the day ones here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. But yeah, 5 runs this season, and they had been raking on it. They've just been raking night in and night out. The Dodgers they hit a home run. Usually they hit a home run, and they're 73-29 when they've hit a home run. This year they were 13-17 heading tonight without hitting a home run. So usually that's the recipe for success, but this is an elite club. This is a team in the New York Yankees. They have firepower. They have no easy outs from 1 through 8, and this Dodger lineup and this pitching staff, you saw Clayton Kershaw. Give Clayton Kershaw a lot of credit tonight. He was striking out guys, utilizing his fastball to get strikeouts, but that home run ball was rearing its ugly head. But here we go. We're going to break down the game in just a second. But like I said, how'd you feel about this series? What do you think is the most important thing the Dodgers learned from this series? Was it their lack of offense? Was the way they struggled? 5 runs in 3 games. Tonight, 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Ambushing pitches too early in the count, not really hitting pitches that are great pitches to hit. So was it the offense struggling? Was it the fact that they're going deep on Kershaw? Look, the fact that they get home runs off Kershaw, the fact that they were going yard on Kersh isn't a surprise to anyone that's been following this team, but it is a surprise that it was off the curveball. The curveball has only been hit out 12 times now. So going into tonight, it only had 10 bombs off his curveball, and you can name it with guys off the it was just here we go. Frustrating series. I want to get all your comments in here, guys. So just sit back, relax, settle into the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I want to get your takes, see what your thoughts are on this weekend series against the Pinstripes. How'd you feel about those? Do you guys blame it on the uniforms? Was it those terrible, horrific uniforms? I have to believe that it played a part at this point. Pat Matson, Sager, Bellinger, Muncy gone missing. Mick Guillory completely dominated, mustered up 3 whole runs. Ruben Moreno, Santa Maria, 805. By the way, drop your city, zip code, area code. I got a big bag of shout-outs right here, so let me know where you're watching the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Tough loss, okay? Tough loss. Lot to unpack here. But here we go, Jonathan, and there's your 2019 World Series champions, Kip Chavo. Can't blame the guys. I'm not totally sold on this Yankees team quite yet, but they were impressive. Their ability to, they have so much firepower. They have so much firepower, and you go into it, the Yankees had the 19th best starting staff in baseball. And that was supposed to be their weak link. So going in, I thought the Dodgers were going to stack runs early, and then when that bullpen comes around, have a little bit of a cushion to work with. But wasn't the case. Paxton basically pitched the game of his life, and then today, you got to give Germán some credit. He was working tonight. He's getting strikeouts with that changeup. He leads the league in run support. But here we go. Let's get in here. Need to score more runs. Palamo, Pat Matson, ABP for Bellinger, APB. Phil Hamilton, the Dodgers beat them when it counts. The Dodgers still beat them when it counts. I don't know if you're talking about the 1981 World Series or what the Dodgers will do. Worried about our offense from 213. Daniel Moreno, let's say hello to another World Series loss from Ryan. Germán Armenta, Yankees came with the full force and got to us. Our boys need to wake up as their fall classic opponent. Look, a reality check. Look, we don't have Alex Verdugo back. We don't have Alex Verdugo back. He's a guy who I was thinking, hey, I was getting a lot of those feels like I was watching the 2018 World Series against the Red Sox, and that series the Dodgers had issues putting the ball in play. They did not look like a dynamic offense. Their approach at the plate was not as dynamic as we've seen. 2 outs and runners in scoring position, they weren't taking advantage of those. Alex Verdugo, we need him back. We need guys that can really put the ball in play and start to get hits. Austin Barnes hits a double tonight. You had doubles tonight. CT3 got one, but here we go. Hard to watch from Ten Soto. Mayor M. Ray, here's a question for you guys. Does this series change your World Series prediction as far as the Dodgers' opponent? For the last couple of months, a lot of you out there have been very high on the Astros. Are you sold on the Yankees now? Nomo FOMO, frustrated. Martin Spill, only 5 runs in 3 games. Jack, 702 Vegas. This is a learning experience. Better get those losses in the regular season. That's what I'm saying. These losses are the same. Ray, hey, Doug, awesome show as usual. Despite the loss in the series, I still got to stick to my World Series prediction. Rob, no excuse. Those aren't the Padres. If you can't get up for this series, you have zero business playing. You get punched in the mouth. The Dodgers definitely did get punched in the mouth. And a lot of the issues that have plagued this team definitely reared its ugly head, starting with Clayton Kershaw giving up home runs. If you look at Clayton Kershaw, he's thrown over 4,000 curveballs basically. Only 12 of them have been hit out of the park. He hit Didi. He bounced some. He didn't have the command on his curveball that we usually see. He did settle down. Had 11 strikeouts in the game. And a lot of them were on fastballs, which is a good sign. But it's the first inning for Clayton Kershaw. The first inning woes really continue for Clayton Kershaw. If you look at his ERA in the first, this year, Clayton Kershaw, his first inning ERA sits at 5.73. Then that drops to 1.23 in the second, 3.68 in the third and fourth, and then 1.64 in the fifth, and a little over 2 in the sixth. So the disparity in that first inning ERA, it just balloons. It goes all the way down to 1, 2, 3 in the second. So he's got to come out. Guys are gonna ambush that first pitch, second pitch, and we saw it tonight with the Yankees. And Clayton Kershaw gives up a couple dingers, gives up 3 shots today. And like I said, it's that first inning. So he's got to settle down. Now, I'm not trying to say, hey, we should have an opener for Clayton Kershaw. I'm not trying to bring that madness in here. But he's got to be cognizant of that first inning. Guys are going to come out. But here we go. Tina G, man, relief pitching wasn't the – you guys are lighting these comments up, so keep rolling with them. I'm going to get as many in as I can. Let it all out, though, because everyone can read it, too. See, you're saying. Problem is, I don't feel good about starting pitching. Yes, sir, Villar, disappointing. The offense was dead, horrible. Andy will never win a World Series. TV contract curse. Interesting take there. That's a hot take. I still believe in the Dodgers. I still believe that this series could culminate in a World Series championship. I'm not taking that. I'm not being that dramatic from this series, but there are some issues that need to be worked out, and one of them is the offense definitely sputtered. The offense sputtered in a major way in this series. 1 run tonight. 1 run, 5 runs total. So the Dodgers bats, Felix says the Dodger bats took this series off. And it's disappointing because this series was the most anticipated series in Major League Baseball this whole entire season, and the Dodgers had a chance to really make a statement. They made a statement against the Red Sox. They could have made another statement to the American League that we have closed the gap on the American League. We have the offense. We have the pitching. But they did not capitalize, and the Dodgers really have to go back to the drawing board as far as offensively, because that wasn't look at that. Think about what the Dodgers were able to do against these starters, okay? You throw out Verlander, you throw out Cole, you throw out Greinke. We've had great success against Greinke, but hey, the Dodgers, that's not going to be the best starting staff. And Tanaka and Severino aren't even right. So here we go. Kershaw at 12K and no run support. And Kershaw, that has been something that he's benefited from this year. This year, Clayton Kershaw has gotten the run support. He's also dominated at home. Clayton Kershaw, 9-0 at home since the All-Star break at home. He was 6-0 with an ERA of 1.84. And so Clayton Kershaw, if you look at it at home, he's been doing it. He's also done it historically against interleague competition. He's won 11 consecutive interleague decisions, and that was tied with Kenny Rogers for the longest streak ever. But tonight wasn't enough. Really a very respectable, solid performance from Clayton Kershaw, who did not get the run support. But here we go. Let's get into it. We got Marco. We could have easily been swept. Great point. Dodgers 3-2-3 pitching. We need lefties, Hill and Urias. That's another thing too. Julio Urias still experiencing that suspension, but Julio Urias is not a batter. He can hit for a pitcher, but he is not in the box, and he's not responsible for getting the Dodgers runs on offense. So I agree with you on that. But, Andrew, I wondered the same thing. Gonsolin was, but yeah, give Gonsolin a lot of credit. Gonsolin was one of the bright spots of this weekend. So let's flip this, let's spin this positive. It wasn't all bad. And Tony Gonsolin, it looks like the Dodgers have a dog, or actually a cat, in Tony Gonsolin. If you look at his success, the effectiveness of his changeup, he's just got that poise out there. This guy, he's got that feel, the poise, and he doesn't look like he's intimidated at all, and he wasn't intimidated by this Yankee lineup yesterday, and they started to get to him a little bit in the fifth, started to hit him hard, but he's building momentum with each and every start, and Tony Gonsolin, I think, is going to be a great asset coming out of the pen. So this is not going to be the same Dodger team right now as you're going to see in October. I think they'll move Gonsolin to the pen. Orias will be back. Kenta will be in the pen. I think Rich Hill is my guy as far as the fourth starter right now. Zed James, I need a Popeye's chicken sandwich after that mess. My man, Zed James. Hey, cheer yourself up, coach. Actually, Popeyes, if you want to sponsor the show, that we're looking for sponsors. So then I'll plug your sandwich. Don't think you need very much help from me. Don't worry, you guys. We can still blow out the Marlins 16-5. Randall Etheridge, Cody Bellinger looks uncomfortable at the plate. He is. He's really getting underneath stuff. And Cody Bellinger, if you look at Cody Bellinger, he really is a guy that we need to get hot. Cody Bellinger, we need to get hot. We're not going to coast through the NL without Cody Bellinger finding his groove again. Because Cody Bellinger tonight, he had a walk, he had a ground out. Last 30 games for Cody Bellinger, he's hitting .253, 8 home runs. And in this series, did not really show up. And, hey, you're on ESPN. You're going against the New York Yankees. Cody Bellinger had a chance to really make a statement, say, hey, that's my MVP trophy. But instead, it was all about Aaron Judge. And they ran with that. So Cody Bellinger, a missed opportunity, selfishly as far as the MVP goes, but more importantly for the Dodgers, it just is really leading to this offense. They need more from Cody Bellinger. They need Cody Bellinger to be that guy that he was before the All-Star break. He's hitting his average is starting to dip near 300, and last 7 for Cody Bellinger, 226. And I just want to see Cody Bellinger. If you look the way he's swinging, a lot of those swings, he's underneath the ball. He's got to keep that in the zone and start getting back to those great habits that got him as the front runner to the MVP right now. But here we go, Brianna 55. Let's not forget the Yankees starting pitching has been terrible. This was only one good series. Great point. Jack, these games, just give them more information for the scouting report. Luz Vasquez, the Dodgers, SL numero uno. I like it. Stay positive. Dodgers still number one in all of our hearts. We just got to take this one on the chin. Go back to the drawing board. Look, hey, we'll take this L. We'll go back, and we are going to do some refining. We're going to do some refining with the hitters, our approach at the plate. And Hyun-Jin Ryu, we know that wasn't the Hyun-Jin Ryu that's going to be a Cy Young winner later this year. So here we go. Frank Ocho, we got school. Doug Slayton. Doug from Denver, so disappointed. 5 runs in 3 games. Kershaw 12 Ks, no support. Come on, guys. Kiddos to the Yankees. Kudos to the Kiddo. Oh, they're good. Ray Barsimian, if the Astros start if the Astros get the home field into the AL, we will have it in the NL as long as the season's in the Astros, and it'll be an epic clash once again. That's a great point. Look, if you look at the home field advantage, the reality is it does mean something. Home teams have enjoyed the most success in Game 1 of the World Series, having won they're with a record of 59-34 since 1925, but the Dodgers and the Dodgers are all-time 3-7 against the New York Yankees. In those 3 series, they've gone on the road. So they've gone on the road. They won Game 6 on the road in Yankee Stadium in 1981. They won that game 9-2. So I'm not totally afraid of having to go on the road per se. It was just more of the fact that the Dodgers just felt outmatched. The Dodgers felt outmatched from that potent Yankee lineup, and they're going to have to make some adjustments. Really, the hitting was one of the biggest takeaways. The hitting or lack thereof was that case, albeit they don't have Alex Verdugo. You're going to get David Freese back. You're going to have A.J. Pollock hopefully will get healthier. And hopefully we need Cody Bellinger to round back into form. We need Cody Bellinger to get back at it. Even Max Muncy last 7, he's hitting .214, and he was 1 for 7 in the first 2 games. The meat of the Dodgers lineup did not show up in this series, and that's just the reality. And the Dodgers, other than Justin Turner yesterday, the Dodgers just have not gotten it done. 5 runs in 3 games from an offense that was giving you 5.8 runs per game in the month of August. But here we go. JJ, what do you guys think is your biggest concern with this team? Right now, after this series, what do you think is the biggest concern with the Dodgers? Because, look, Kenley Jansen, we can talk about Kenley Jansen, and he got a couple breaks late in that game, but him hitting 96, that was encouraging. That cutter to Sanchez and Totman, those are two of the best cutters I've seen him throw in months. So that could be encouraging as far as Kenley Jansen's concerned. Ray Barcia, Houston has the better rotation than the Yankees. Roman, a little worried. Had the series been earlier in the season, then I wouldn't be. Godfrey Reyes just shows that the offense is really hit or miss. The Yankees have horrible starting pitching, and they shove the Dodgers. Chet Kroll or Jen. Here, you guys are lighting it up. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Hey, I'm glad we can help. I'm glad Dodgers Nation can provide a spot for you guys. Let it all out because, look, we still have 11 games to get in October. We still have a long postseason ahead of us. The Dodgers could be one of the earliest clinching teams in history. So it was tough. It was a tough series. I'm not going to say that everything is fine. Everything is not fine. I'm not going to be that dog with the fire. Look, everything is not fine. The Dodgers have to address some issues. But Steve Graves, no offense. Tina G-Man, sometimes you need to be humbled. Let's get it together. Go Dodgers. Pat Matson, still waiting for Dodgers to show up against the Yanks. Steven from the 92346. Offense was horrible. Mike Misty, Vidal, Dodgers choke. Can't be good teams. Kershaw giving up home runs, and Cody back to his playoffs. Look, the Dodgers, they beat the Red Sox after the World Series. The Dodgers have fared well against elite competition this year. They won the series against the Cubs. They won the Cardinals. They beat the Cardinals. So I wouldn't go that far. This series, to me, doesn't reflect how great the Dodgers could be this season. It was not peak Dodgers, of course, by any stretch, but it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. You had just the build-up for this series. I went to the game Friday. The atmosphere there, it felt like a playoff series. You're locked into each and every pitch, but the Dodgers just did not match the electricity of that Yankee lineup. And the Yankees, coming off a sweep, the Yankees limped into this series, getting swept by the A's. But here we go. Kevin Durant, we are trash players weekend. Caleb Buena Park, no medals, 92675. Kathy Tripp, Costa Mesa, PYKS from the 602. Hung Hua, let's hope the Yankees will not. Man, you guys are so many comments. You turn me into an auctioneer guy. I'm going to read this fast, but Johnny can't win if you don't score runs. All this fails in the offense. Jordan versus Jennings. Yup, we are done. I would disagree. Duke, San Antonio, Texas. Frank, Ryan, Owen, and Montes. Yeah, but the bats were asleep. Andrew, how about Bellinger stops showing up at the entire city? Quit hitting for the damn fence, Bellinger, and just go get on base. Cody Bellinger did make a great play defensively yesterday, but like I was saying about Cody Bellinger, he's a guy that his pitch selection definitely could improve. I completely echo those sentiments right there. He definitely could improve from that standpoint, but really it's his swing to me. It's his swing just he's not just getting to every pitch like he was and getting to every pitch in every quadrant of the strike zone like he was. Because look, if you look at Cody Bellinger's splits earlier in the year, it wasn't a lefty-righty issue. But Cody Bellinger really needs to get hot. He's got to get back into that groove. This team needs it. And I trust Cody Bellinger. He's a guy who has had a dip, and he's proven that he can make adjustments, and I think you're going to see that again. Here we go. No mo FOMO. No mo FOMO. Yankees could only hit home runs. Look, if you look at the Yankees, I believe 59 home runs this month. That's an all-time record. The Bronx Bombers lived up to their billing in this series, and the Dodgers need to really go back to the drawing board with their approach if they're going to face this team again, because it will be the death knell. The Dodgers will lose to the New York Yankees if their offense won't match them. The thing about the 2017 series, we're still giving up bombs, but our offense showed up against the Astros. But here we go. Paul from Union City. Isaiah outmanaged as usual. Kersey Becker's Yankees are dangerous, but the Dodgers had an off game, left on base. Yankees don't have no pitching till Yankees play against the Dodgers. Look, if the Dodgers definitely made Paxton look like an ace on Friday. They made Germán look like he earned those 17 wins this season. But today, you're right. The Dodgers, if you look at it, Friday 12 strikeouts yesterday, 15 strikeouts on Friday night's game. So really, to me, it's the strikeouts for the Dodgers. Today, you had guys ambushing first pitches. You didn't have guys waiting and sitting back. This team's confidence this season has been, we're going to get to you the second, third at bat, and by that time, we've worked the count up. We're running you up in pitch count, and then we're looking for our pitches to drive and ones that we can attack, and that wasn't the case in this series. So give Clayton Kershaw credit. He battled tonight to get 12 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw, and if you look at him, a season high was swing and miss total today. So Clayton Kershaw, he did give up those bombs. That's an issue. There's no question about it. But he did show some great strikeout ability, and that's what you get out of Clayton Kershaw. He did not get the run support that we're used to seeing with Clayton Kershaw. But if you look at it too, if you look at Britton, he comes in 5 pitches for Britton. Bellinger 0 for 3, bottom of the 8th, first pitch, 1 out. Okay, he comes in, 1 pitch, he's out. Ground out for Cody Bellinger. You got to take a pitch, especially if you're trying to mount a comeback and try to get a rally together. But the Bronx Bombers, the Dodgers can overcome this. The Dodgers can and will overcome this. I'm not worried about that. How do you guys feel about your Dodgers right now? What do you think is the biggest issue? Is it pitching? Is it hitting? And how important do you think this series? Do you think this series means anything? Do you think this series means anything if these two teams face off again in the Fall Classic? Me personally, this is a series. At the end of the day, you have the Yankees and the Dodgers, the two most storied franchises in Major League Baseball. At the end of the day, it's a series in August. And the Dodgers finished the week 4-2. And they still have the best record in Major League Baseball. But here we go, Maria. It was the white uniform. Steven, at least that was the last we're going to see that uniform today, by the way. Steven, Dodgers fail against Atlanta and New York. They did not do, and that's the thing, too. Hyun-Jin Ryu, he gives up back-to-back home runs in that series. And Hyun-Jin Ryu, you have to wonder, is Hyun-Jin Ryu a little bit, is he starting to run out of gas? And does he need a little bit of a break? Does Hyun-Jin Ryu, they're flirting with managing his innings, and he's thrown 152 2/3 innings, which that's already gone past his second year, and the second most innings he's pitched in one season. So his rookie year, he pitched 192, and after pitching 213 2/3 innings over the last 3 seasons combined. So he had the groin, he had the shoulder, 213 2/3 innings. He's already up to 152. I really think they need to manage his innings, and maybe Ross Stripling comes back. Rich Hill will be back in early September, hopefully. So we're going to see what they're going to do with Hyun-Jin Ryu. They put him on the IL. Maybe that was a phantom with his neck. Here we go. We got Charles Hamill. Verdugo is a major factor. He energizes the team. That's the thing, too. The intangible of Mr. We're Nasty, okay? Don't let the kid get hot. He brings so much to this team. But look, the Dodgers are a mature team. The Dodgers don't need an Alex Verdugo to come and energize the team. They know what they need to do to be effective and to get wins, but I just want to see him at the plate again because he is one of the most disciplined hitters on the Dodgers, and he's a guy who has one of the best contact rates with his bat through the zone. So, Samuel, Gavin Lux should come up to help the offense. He's been balling at Gavin Lux. He'll come up. Randall, when does Verdugo return? If you saw on his Instagram, actually, if you check out Real FRG's Twitter, he posted a video of Alex Verdugo taking swings at Camelback Ranch. So that was very encouraging. And let me fix this. So for Alex Verdugo to get back, they're gonna want that. And he's progressing. He's progressing. If you go to DodgersNation.com, Alex Verdugo, he's getting his way. He's making his way back, and like I said, go check out the Real FRG, the host of the Blue Heaven podcast. And if you look at him, the year he's hitting close to 300, slashing 294, 342, and 475, 12 home runs with 44 RBIs. But he's the one constant up there. He's a guy I don't like seeing get platooned, and also defensively, 14 defensive runs saved, really has some of the best UZ score metrics in center field. So here we go. And if you look at, Jock Peterson, 175 against lefties, five extra base hits in his last 78 at-bats. So, to me, I think you got a platoon Jock straight up in certain situations. He can give you some pop. He can give you a home run every now and then. But here we go. We got Travis. Astros scare me more. The Yankees. Perez. Yankees did this without Stanton. Severino. Yeah. Andujar, Encarnacion, Bird, and Voit. Yes, that's something to consider. The Yankees have really dealt with a slew of injuries, a historical amount of injuries for the New York Yankees this season. In fact, the Yankees this year, if you look at it, they have over, how many guys did they had? Like 31 different players injured for the New York Yankees. 2,102 days missed, most in Major League Baseball, and they also have $67.6 million on that IL. So they are going to get better. The New York Yankees definitely have a juggernaut on their hands. That's just the reality, but we have to accept that and not run away from it. The Dodgers have the requisite talent to beat a team like the New York Yankees, and it starts with starting pitching. So that was really the big takeaway, was that they got to Ryu, but that wasn't the Ryu. That's not the best version of Ryu that has delighted Dodger fans all season long, that had a .85 ERA heading into today's game. But let's break down this game a little, or actually, let's get back to your comments, guys. So, tough loss. Dodgers dropped the series. They dropped the series to the New York Yankees, but that is only the 10th series loss for the Dodgers this season. They're 29-10-4 in this season. And they're probably most likely going to have the best mark in the franchise history. So 2017, they went 32-18-4. So let's not forget, we're talking about a great Dodger team. There's no question about it. This is a great Dodger team. The record shows it. The run differential shows it. Don't forget, the Dodgers have a plus 64 run differential. And they've also given up 169 less runs than the New York Yankees. So if you look at those metrics, the Dodgers, everything points to them being an elite club, but there are some concerns. The offense today, if the offense does not prove that they can handle a Yankee team at home, then I don't know what to think come October. Because look, we thought that this is a team that, on a baseline level, can get you 2, 3, 4, 5 runs. They've averaged 5.8 since the All-Star break. David, the Yankees can hit any of our relievers, and we can touch theirs. Sean Morris, Mr. Analytics, try to hit home runs and play smart 3 years straight. The pitching staff needs an overhaul. I think that when you think about when your two starting pitchers, 2 of the 3 are guys 32, and you have the velocity decline of Clayton Kershaw. Hyun-Jin Ryu, we'll see if he re-ups. That's a fair point, but that's why getting to this team, getting a World Series championship and getting a crown is of vital importance. That's why you got to get one of these T-shirts. Go to DodgersNation.com, get one of these T-shirts, and this is my favorite one. Enough about 88. The time is now. The time is now for the Dodgers. We don't want to extend it to 32 years. We won a World Series championship this year. We want to pop bottles and see champagne all over Figueroa, but there's a lot of work ahead of us. And the Dodgers, they may have needed a series like this. The Dodgers have been rolling for weeks. The Dodgers, if you look at the Dodgers heading into today, the Dodgers, they've won 9 of their last 13 and route to the best record in Major League Baseball. 9 of their last 13. The Dodgers have been coasting. They had a rough trip where they lost to, they dropped 1 to Miami and they lost to the Braves. But the Dodgers now, this refocuses a Dodger team that has a lot of decisions to make. They have to come to grips with their rotation. They have to really start balancing out their bullpen. And then offensively, we're going to see who can produce, who can get hot come October. And these guys have a lot to work for and a lot of competition amongst themselves as we inch closer to the postseason. David, Max Muncy, the guru of the routine error. Yeah, tonight the Dodgers had improved up. They had cleaned up that sloppy defense, but they let a couple get away today. And one that with the Matt Beatty related into a run with Jason McClure. Yanks stuck to their game plan, and we were selective at the plate. The Dodgers played like that. They had something to prove and chased, overswung at everything. Got to tip your hat to the younger team playing like veterans. Great point, Jason McClure. He's one of our esteemed writers here at Dodgers Nation. Go read all of his pieces. You're not doing Dodger baseball right if you're not reading all the pieces at DodgersNation.com. Pat, we got. Let's go up here and get some new ones back. Sean, everyone calm down. The Dodgers will be fine. Look, the sky is not falling. Look, I'm holding the sky up right now. The sky is not falling, and if anything, this is going to refocus the Dodger team. They came into this series. They had won 9 of their last 13, come off a sweep of the Blue Jays. If you look at the comebacks, the Dodger comebacks this year, it's nothing short of historical. They are heading into this series. Was it an aberration that they weren't as clutch? But they've had 23 home games this year where they were trailing in the 9th or later, and they've won 7 of those games. So that's 30%. No MLB team in the live ball era since 1920 has won at least 30% of their home games. That's from Stats Inc. So 12 walk-off wins for the Dodgers this year. So the Dodgers are a clutch group, but this series, I'm telling you, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, leaves a bad taste in your mouth, from the losses to the hideous uniforms. Friday, having to battle out with Yankee fans for let's go Dodgers, let's go Yankees. Enough of that, and the Dodgers will get back to square one, and they'll start squaring it up at the plate. But out of a Buffalo Bills of baseball, okay, I don't think that. I still think the Buffalo Bills in the 90s, they lost 4 straight Super Bowls. Dodgers, I like my chances with this group. Tina G, Ryu and Kershaw giving him home runs makes it hard to stay in a game. So with Clayton Kershaw, the home runs, if you look at it, he's going to give up one bomb. He's going to give up a bomb. It's just today it was the curveball. It was the fact that they got to his curveball, and also he's at home, but he bounced back, gave you 12 strikeouts, got 0 run support, and if you look at Clayton Kershaw, he was averaging 7.5 runs per game. Tonight, the Dodgers gave him a measly run off a Jock Peterson leadoff home run, and you're right, though. You're right. The way they teed off on him was definitely concerning. Aaron Judge, he went deep. By the way, how many times did they have to show Aaron Judge's home run tonight? I mean, they were just, you could just tell the ESPN producers were just jumping for joy, because I think we saw Jock Peterson. I don't think we even saw a replay of it, and they played his like 15,000 times. But Mario, they need hits. Enrique Martinez, can we finalize a lineup for once? Channel Nice Shirt Doug, I bought the same one. Fresh Tea, get your merch. Get merched up, guys. We still love our boys in blue, still have the best record in Major League Baseball, but no one said it was going to be easy. No one said that we were just going to walk all the way to the World Series, coast to the World Series, en route to another championship. This team has work to do, and this series shows that. But we got Beth. Sorry, poor Bellinger chokes in big situations. Hey, you're talking about a guy who is an NLCS MVP. Cody Bellinger is a guy who's going to win an MVP this year. He's a guy that he's had walk-offs in the postseason. So Cody Bellinger is a guy that I still trust, and I still trust will make the necessary adjustments to start playing at that MVP level. Steve Graves, yep. Dave is too stupid to know what to do. Dino's 5150. Richard, sad hitting. German Armenta 951 in the house. It was a frustrating loss. Their offense is what killed them. They had many runners in scoring position and couldn't bring them home. They need to fix that issue and get those bats going if they want to win it all in October. You said it best. You're right on the money. You hit it right on the nail there. But the good thing is, there was an aberration. If we've had the sample size of this entire season to know that the Dodgers have improved in areas that they've been plagued by in the past. Their offense with 2 outs is 50 points better than it was last year. 2 outs, the runner's on, 50 points better than it was in years past. They've shown that they can win games without hitting home runs, but to me, they just got humbled. They got outmatched in this series, and it was really a shame because you could just feel it there. But here we go. Dolores, we don't have the bullpen pitching, Doug. I really think that you could almost see it switch. Look, this season, look at Joe Kelly. If you look at Joe Kelly, last 10, 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 walks, 12 Ks, no runs. If you look at Pedro Baez, I don't blame Pedro Baez. Second day of work today. He's limited opponents to a 110 average in the 8th, and he had I mean, that was his 20th hold-off of the season yesterday. So I think when you throw that depth and that quality of the starting pitching, I still want to see it. Now I'm on the point now where I think that Dustin May, they got to see what they can get out of him as a bullpen piece, because I really start to trust. I'm really starting to lean up for Rich Hill, because I really think that he's going to be back. Just his body language, what we've heard from him. And if you look at Rich Hill, he has a 2.66 ERA in 11 postseason games from 2016 to 2018. So that's a guy you give the ball in big games, and then you start to get guys that can give you extended relief, like Gonson, like May, like Julio Urias, Kenta Maeda. That's 4 guys there that are used to giving more than 1 or 2 innings in a start. So I do secretly start to believe in this bullpen. I just want to see the offense look more dynamic, and I'm going to really be paying a close eye to it in the next couple weeks. Because, look, let's just be honest here. The Dodgers failed this test against the New York Yankees. Friday night was a laugher. Yesterday, they could have lost that game easily. And then today, they just couldn't get anything going, and their approach at the plate was one of the worst I've seen all season long. Doug Machado, to be honest, it was a hard series to watch, and it wasn't just because of the terrible uniforms. Great point there, Doug. MH Dog, Jansen, only positive. Be nice to put it together. Brandon Stewart, we missed the boat on not trading some of this farm system talent that we have no room for anyway. I actually don't think so. There are some log jams, but I think that the move just wasn't there. If you want to say anything, really, you should just say the Dodgers didn't correct it in the offseason, but I would never give up Dustin May or Gavin Lux for Felipe Vasquez. And if you look at Shane Green has been a disaster. But so here we go. Let me fix this real quick. Taylor, bottom line, or Sean Shepard, bottom line, no bats. David Genzo. Let me take a drink real quick, guys. Give me a second here. By the way, you guys feel better after this chat? I mean, come on now. It's got to help a little bit after such a tough loss, right? Here we go. Sean, bottom line, no bats. Taylor, this series wasn't really that important, best record, but we still have it. Yes, it wasn't. It wasn't important on the fact that the Dodgers still are in play for having the best record. They still have the best record, but it did leave a bad taste in your mouth. You can't deny that. You can't deny that for a team. Look, let's say the Dodgers had won one of these past 2 World Series. Sure, it's just another series, but when the Dodgers were as outmatched as they were against the Red Sox last year, I just wanted to see what they were going to do. And unfortunately, look, Kenley touching 96, and that was good, but they did not fare well in today. Today the offense just sputtered all day, and it was not a pretty sight. But here we go. Richard, Kershaw throws up that loop pitch, and Judge hits it out. Yeah, he hung that curve, and he just took it away right there, left center or right center. Randall Etheridge, it was those white uniforms. Yeah, those white uniforms. I mean, those were so bad. Major League Baseball needs to really reconsider how they're marketing themselves. You have 2 of the most iconic uniforms. Dodger blue, Yankees. I know they're not rocking the pinstripes, but, hey, you got the gray with the New York. I mean, you really want to see that, because since 2004, this is the first – yes, we've played them since then, but since 2004, this is the first time that these 2 teams were going to meet in the regular season in which both teams were going to be in the playoffs. So they haven't had a meaningful series since 2004, and it was really a shame. Major League Baseball, it's just first of all, they were just hideous. There's no question about that. They was just hideous, but also I was at the game, and you just really can't even read the numbers on them, so it makes the viewing experience – it starts to really, really compromise the viewing experience. But I don't want to ever see those again. Really what they should do is just put them in a dumpster and just light them on fire. Look, I mean, those things were not fun. Taylor Spencer, it was an exhibition game. Disagree with that. I disagree with that. To say it was an exhibition game, to me, is really a discredit to a Yankee team. And look, you're telling me this Yankee team is not going to still try to hit home runs in the Fall Classic? This is a team that has hit 59 home runs in August. They're a team that is shattering home run records, and the reason why the Dodgers lost this series was because they gave up home runs. Let's say the Dodgers are losing tight ones on Friday and today without giving up home runs. It'd be a different story. There'd be a different way to spin it, but they gave up all those jacks to the Bronx Bombers, and it it's going to rear its ugly head unless the Dodgers can match that potent lineup, or they can find a way to neutralize it with better pitching and a better command, because Clayton Kershaw's got to find out how they got to that curveball and why it hung. And just that first inning for Kershaw, we gave you his ERA way above 5. Ray, final series of interleague play. I think they play the Orioles. I think they go and they play Baltimore, which is like basically a JV high school team. So those will be hopefully 3. Pat, Cody needs to go back to shortening his swing with 2 strikes. Manuel, they need to start playing small ball. Roy Garcia, we are paid for the deals. People pay with the devil. Okay, we are paid for all the deals people made with the devil to win the 88 World Series. I don't think that's the case. Eric Lee, playoff Bellinger showed up for this series. David Ginzo, Michael Ford, best Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger had an off series. There's no question about that. Cody Bellinger is, look, you can bash Cody Bellinger all you want, but this team is not going to go far if Cody Bellinger does not start to replicate some of that early season success he was having this year. If you look at Cody Bellinger, he's a guy that he's hitting well above 300 heading into the All-Star break, and that's, he's hitting like 343 heading into the break. Now that average is dipping all the way down, and last 30 games he's just hasn't really taken the walks. His approach at the plate hasn't been the same Cody Bellinger. He's still slugging, though. He's still getting home runs. He's still tied for the league lead in home runs with 42, but we know that Cody Bellinger is at his best when he's combining that with a much more measured approach at the plate. Here we go. Bruce, oh well, Dodgers, a disappointed to us fan. Pat, did Turner Ward get his old job back with his team? I like that, Pat. Did Turner Ward take over for Robert Van Scoyac? Dodger 323. Goose was the bright spot, the only bright spot. Goose was the bright spot. Also, Kenley Jansen getting out of that was a bright spot, because if Kenley Jansen had dropped that one, his confidence would have been in the gutter. There's no question about that. Kenley Jansen would have absolutely, since June 26, Kenley Jansen, opponents are hitting 267 against him, and he had blown 3 of 7 save opportunities with a 4.8 ERA. So if you look at Kenley Jansen, he's still evolving, and I don't know if he can keep that cutter consistently at 94 again. I don't know if it's adrenaline. I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if it's digging deep. But look, he was attacking. 7 straight fastballs, and he's also, last year he gave 13 home runs. This year 8 home runs. And Kenley Jansen, if he can find a groove, he's not going to be 2017 Kenley Jansen ever again. But if you just look at the usage, 2018, that cutter usage is already down from 84 to 77%, a pitch that he had thrown 90% of the time in his prime. Opponents are hitting 194 against him. This year it's 243. That velocity last year was at 92.1. This year, 91.7. So did Kenley Jansen find something? Was it the implementation of his legs that they were talking about mechanically? But I think that, yes, it wasn't the prettiest thing. Real FRG was talking about how Clint Pasillas, he was talking about him needing a dynamite inning with 3 straight strikeouts, striking out the side. I agree with that. That would be the best case scenario, but it could have gotten a lot worse if Kenley Jansen didn't get that win, and the Dodgers definitely did save face on Sunday. And you're right. The biggest take home was Tony Gonsolin. I'm goo for Gonsolin. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. Big fan of the guy. His pitch mix, he's got that splitter that's just devastating. You're talking about inducing nice, soft, and weak contact, and that's what gets it done in the postseason. Scotty Cat 1. Was that how fitting that you talk? I take you right after I'm talking about Gonsolin. How the heck did the Yankees lose 4 games in Oakland, yet made us look like a Double-A team? I watched some of that series, and the Athletics were scrappy in that series. They're getting runs. The offense started to come alive. Aaron Judge really came alive. Alex Rodriguez, by the way, that series, what a day. Terrible uniforms. Have to listen to Alex Rodriguez. Have to listen to the sound effects of the ESPN broadcast. But anyways, he was talking about it's a judgment weekend and this and that, and he was a major factor. He was a major factor on Friday, major factor today. Kevin Durant, the number is 5-1. Curse for the Dodgers. Nomo FOMO. I love that name, Nomo FOMO. Coming at us from YouTube. By the way, you guys got to subscribe to youtube.com/Dodgers TV. Also, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at DMAC_LA, guys. Charles Hamill, Corey Seager is not being patient at the plate. That's just what Corey Seager does. If you look at Corey Seager, that is really the reason why he's been dynamic. He has a track record of having success with first pitch, with a first pitch ambush approach. But and if you look at the homestand for Corey Seager, he's gone 7 of 17. Last 7 for Corey Seager, 368 with 4 doubles. Last 30, 17 extra base hits. So in the last 30 games, 17 extra base hits for Corey Seager. That's has led the Dodgers. So I think if you're Corey Seager, you stay with what you're doing. Yes, you can take a step back and maybe not every single at bat have that approach. But I think that Corey Seager has been quietly easing back into being the Corey Seager we need him to be. We need Max Muncy and Cody Bellinger to start hitting for more of an average and start producing more consistently like they were. Look, they're going to be the first Dodgers to hit 40 home runs on the same team since that 1953 team that had Duke Snider and Roy Campanella. So there are still slugging, but we know that this Dodger team, here we go. We got Joseph Megazzini. He's a VIP day one of the Dodgers Nation postgame show. How's it going, Joseph Megazzini? He's at the Ravine. What was the mood like at Dodger Stadium? Was the Yankee fans out in force? I saw it reach like peak Yankee douchery when that guy was floating around in the bleachers with the NY. I mean, look, there's nothing worse than a Yankee fan after a series win. There's no question about that. But look, we will get our revenge when it counts, and that's going to be in October. And I still think that this team is a team that has a lot to be proud of for what they've accomplished in the last couple weeks. But this was an ugly series. I'm not going to spin that. I love the Dodgers as much as you guys. I will look at the glass half full, but in this series, it was definitely not a good look for a team looking to make another statement against an elite AL club, and they didn't get it done. They didn't get it done from at the plate, and pitching didn't get it done. Really, Tony Gonsolin, Pedro Baez, and Joe Kelly yesterday are one of the few bright spots from an otherwise very underwhelming and disappointing weekend at the Ravine. I was there Friday. Had a good time, because I always have a good time. I don't care if we lose, if we win. Dodger Stadium is Dodger Stadium. And my point is, though, it felt like a playoff game. So for anyone, just a one peg below a playoff game, really, because the energy was there. And like I was saying, it's the first time in 2004 that these teams have faced off where they're both going to make the playoffs. So both teams fighting for home field advantage had a lot to play for, and the Yankees took full advantage. The Dodgers did not. Yankees pitching isn't even good. That's from Jags 2178. Michael Williams, if the Dodgers won 160 games, this guy would find something to complain about. Why? Because someone is paying him to complain. I don't know if you're talking about me, but I don't really. We're all on the same page. We're on the same page here, but they're definitely not. They're definitely not doing that. I really think that if you look at this Dodger team, the fact that they came into this series winning 9 of 13. And I said earlier, they finished the week 4-2. So those games count the same. Doesn't matter who you win or lose against. But trust me, this series will be remembered until the Dodgers really start to turn it around as far as their ability to get the offense rolling again against an elite pitcher. And trust me, if the Dodgers play the Yankees in the postseason, they will reference this series. Here we go. Joseph Megazzini, the issue was leaving guys stranded. Yes, the Dodgers had base runners on. The Dodgers had guys on to start the inning in the second, third, and fourth, and they just could not capitalize. The Dodgers could not get guys in, and it was really the death knell. They just could not get it going for this team. And Austin Barnes, by the way, I give that, to me, that's a bright spot. Austin Barnes hitting a gapper. He's been through a lot. He makes his way back up. So give credit, mash that heart button for Austin Barnes. Barnesy came back, and he got a double. So to me, that was big. But here we go. There we go. we got here we go back. TNJ Ryu got rocked and Kershaw gave up some meatballs. That's a fair assessment. Dolores Sanchez, great. We swept the Blue Jays. Mike Lobb, this does not determine our season. Absolutely. That's the comment of the day. This does not determine our season. It doesn't in the least. And there is no panic button being pushed by Dodgers Nation. Absolutely not. But some of the deficiencies this weekend were very glaring, and we're gonna have to really improve in certain areas. We need Freeze back. Yeah, Scotty. Our guys made some really poor fielding mistakes. Adam Vena pitching. Rudy played scared all weekend. Jack Ramirez, it was the perfect storm. Cold bats, subpar pitching, and bad breaks. Ray, does anybody know if there's a slim possibility we get tolls again? That's go to DodgersNation.com. It's a good update on that. Scotty Cat, no offense. Perez, rather have the Dodgers slump now than next week rather than the end of summer. Exactly. That's a great point. You want to be peaking at the right time. This team is not peaking. It's just they left a lot to be desired with the way they lost games this weekend. So, yeah, I'm with you. The Dodgers, this series, look, you had a lot of Yankee fans there. You had a lot of hype around this series. The Dodgers could have made a statement, but it's not going to determine the season, and the Dodgers still have an opportunity to get it right and start peaking at the right time. But a lot of us have been very encouraged by this offense all year, and then they sputtered this weekend, and we just kind of want to see what is going on because Friday wasn't pretty, yesterday wasn't pretty, and today wasn't pretty. That's 3 days, 3 straight games against an elite opponent that this offense has not showed up. I don't care what you say. They got a home run from Jock today, and they got bailed out by a Turner home run yesterday, but save for that, they have not gotten the offensive production that we've seen all season long. And to me, it is something to definitely take note of and file under the we'll see how this progresses as the season moves along category. Robert, not moving but runners, biggest concern. Yeah, also that steal attempt by Jock I thought was so unnecessary there. Daniel, how'd the bullpen work out for you, Roberts? Robert Vessa, not moving runners, biggest concern. Beth, stupid. Win if you don't score runs from Scotty. We got Tina G-Man Tolls. Is it coming back this season? Maybe never. Yeah, Tina, I think you're right on the money with that. Chancellor, the offense staying reliable and hitting with runners in scoring position. Look, if this season had been replicating years past where the Dodgers were dead last in some of those categories, then I think you would be really hitting the panic button and waving the red flag. But you just wonder, was this weekend an aberration, or does this team need to get back to basics and start doing what they've done this entire year under the tutelage of Robert Van Scoyoc and getting this offense to be more dynamic? So here we go. Rob, our hitters didn't perform. David Jinzo, our 5 to 10 pitchers didn't intimidate. Bihana, it's just annoying to hear all of ESPN and MLB just talk nonsense until the World Series. Now, that's a great point because they're going to run with this. Those power rankings. Watch the power rankings tomorrow come out, and the Dodgers, you're going to see all these knee-jerk reactions from this series, and I would not be surprised if the Yankees are at number 1 in those power rankings. So that's a great point right there. PYKOS, can we get some love for the bullpen? Look, give the bullpen credit. Yesterday they were nails. Today Baez came in, gave in a run, but for the most part it wasn't a disaster. And Kenley Jansen, it could have very well been a disaster. A little bit of luck, a little bit of vintage Kenley, and the Dodgers got that one. Eric Lee, Ruiz over Smith, that's interesting. I haven't seen enough of Ruiz in person, but Will Smith, if you look at what he's done in his short time, he's hitting over 318 in his time back. So last 7, he's dipped a little bit, no question about it. Will Smith, his production has dipped. It's regressed a little bit. So, but no, really, come on. And it's not the Uni's fault. This is the 2019 Dodgers, too. Exactly. Did they forget who they were? Did they have to look down and see that Dodger blue across their chest? And I'm not making too much of it. I just thought they were just kind of ugly, man. It reminded me of the scene in Step Brothers where Brennan is they're getting forced to lick the white poop. I feel like I was getting forced to watch the white poop today. I don't like those unis, man. The Dodgers, to me, in my opinion, have the best uniform in Major League Baseball, and I just love to see it. It's the whitest white. It's the wedding cake white. It looks super crisp, super clean. Dodger blue, the best shade of blue there is. So it was just a little bit of disappointment. I know some guys are more upset than others. Danny, 100. Kevin Durant, we should have got DJ in free agency. Interesting. Roy Garcia blamed the fans from the 88 that made deal. That's the second time, Roy, you mentioned that. Sam, 40 games over 500. Go Dodgers. That's what I'm talking about, Sam. Mash that heart button. Retweet. Let me definitely share this if you're on Facebook. Let's not lose sight of the fact that the Dodgers are still in the midst of a storybook season that has 12 walk-offs, that has been the most fun season. To me, this is the most fun season. Maybe it's recency bias, but to me, it's the most fun season that I've ever had a chance to see for the Dodgers, and I've been following the team my entire life, really. So I just had a lot of fun watching this team. The way they're scrappy, that's why this series was so disappointing, because they didn't have those late season, those gritty at bats, and they just weren't able to put it together. But Eric Lee, 115 playoff Bellinger, Verdell Newsome. Dodgers were humbled, lucky to win one game. You're not wrong on that. The Dodgers could have definitely easily gotten swept at home, which would definitely have left a sour taste in all you guys' mouths, and it would have been very bad. Scotty Cat. What up, Doug? No, definitely not. We're rocking with you, man. There's a lot of them today. A lot of tweets. So I'm just reading the ones. They disappear once it goes past. So I'm just trying to get as many as I can in rapid fire style. Manuel Diaz, let's play some small ball. It's simple. If the runner's on first, bunt, put the ball in play. Dodgers 3-2-3. Bullpen wasn't the problem, regardless of how much fans bashed Jansen. Pat, can LeBron hit? Ray Barsimeon, JT, has been carrying the load lately. Yeah, absolutely. Justin Turner, last 7, hitting 176. Last 30, 275. But he's really starting to hit home runs. 21 of his last 39 hits since the All-Star break have been for extra bases. So 21 of his last 39 hits since the All-Star break have been for extra bases. So Turner is slugging 13 home runs since the All-Star break, leads the team in that category. So you're right, Justin Turner, as he does every second half, has come around. Gatsby, Cody back in 2018 playoff form, striking out all over the plate. Perez, FRG was right, send Cody down to the minors and call him up next week. Rudy, props up all day, can't move up, pop flies. Dallas, can Roberts manage? I think, if you look at him, 23 postseason wins, he's definitely shown he can manage, and I still believe in Dave Roberts, but we'll see what happens. This postseason is going to go a long way to see whether or not how I feel about Dave Roberts in the long run. But back-to-back World Series is no easy feat, very difficult to get back, and you can't underestimate the trust and loyalty he gives in guys, and guys are ready to run through a wall for Dave Roberts. So guys play hard for Dave Roberts. They believe in Dave Roberts. So there's certain things you can't teach. You can't teach that. You can't teach leadership abilities, but you can start to help him better his ability to manage certain situations. But Jack Clayton struck out 12. Mr. Wonderful, hashtag Go Yankees. We got the Yankee fans in here. Represents. Thanks for rocking with us. We'll see you in October, possibly. Give you that L then. So this will be long forgotten if the Dodgers win the World Series against the Yankees. We're going to laugh about this one. Mike, we won the season series 4-2. Strange. Our hitting looked like the Marlins. Manny, I truly believe we could beat the Yanks, but we can't win if we don't get any hits. Douglas, hey, love the Yankees. Look like the Yankee Nation is filing in. They're not partying up and down L.A. You should take advantage of that. Enjoy your time in Los Angeles. But, guys, we have just – what time is it? Looks like we're nearing the 1 hour mark. We're way past it. Wow, there's so many comments today. Try to get to as many as I can like we do. But thanks for rocking with us. You guys were on fire all night. So get a couple of your last thoughts. Thanks for rocking with us. Thanks for watching the Dodgers Nation post-game show, guys. Your takes on the money as usual. A lot of hot takes out there. But, hey, that's what this is for. You guys getting it all out here. Tough loss, tough series for the Dodgers. So get a couple final takes in here, and I'll read them off, and then we're going to be done with this post-game show and back to getting to our winning ways. The Dodgers 7-game road trip. You got San Diego and Arizona coming up, so the Dodgers can get it right, start piling up those wins, start building some separation against the Yankees and the Astros, and then we're going to get right. Here we go. Tina G, pitching can lose the game. Muncy made some mistakes. Joseph Megazzini. Ryu was an issue, but Kershaw gave up all solos. This lineup is potent. He needs offensive support. We left so many guys stranded. That was really that was really the crux of the issue. But if you look at Clayton Kershaw, we know he's going to give home runs. The fact today, 2 home runs off his curveball. You only had 10 times with over 4,000 curveballs almost have you had a home run against his curveball. So that was an issue today. The Dodgers bats, they were ice cold all weekend, really. And Hyun-Jin Ryu, I don't think that he's completely healthy at this point. I think Hyun-Jin Ryu clearly needs to have his innings managed to really get back to basics and start to really zero in on being elite like he was. So that was a bad start. Two back-to-back rocky starts for Hyun-Jin Ryu. So we got to get him pitching at an ace level again. But a couple more. Yeah, I could do this all night, really, but you guys are just on fire tonight, man. But here we go. Jeff, we got Smith. Let's go to the bottom here. Lemonade, no doubt. Hopefully we prove us wrong in the postseason. But honestly, guys, thanks again for rocking with us. You guys are the best. Dodgers Nation, best fans in Major League Baseball. Took the L today. We're going to get them in October. Keep the vibes high. I'm telling you, this is a team I still think it's going to culminate in a World Series. This wasn't the Dodger team that we're going to see in October. And let's beat them. Let's beat them when it counts come October. But thanks again, guys. Don't forget to head to DodgersNation.com for all your Dodgers content. Be ready. Lots to talk about on Tuesday. We're going to be coming at you Tuesday. You can find me at DMAC_LA. Have a great rest of your night, and I'm out.